Nanomaterials are any materials that has a composition based on nanoparticles. Example of nanoparticles include fullerene, small protein molecules, silver or titanium dioxide nanoparticles, typical virus, as well as carbon nanotube. Later we'll be discussing one of them, termed as graphene. So nanoparticles are usually in the size of 1 to 100 nanometer. To put the size of nanoparticles in perspective, nanoparticles are larger than glucose molecule, silver atom, water molecule, sulfur atom, and carbon atom. However, they're smaller than typical bacteria, cells, and they're significantly smaller than the width of the human hair. And to recap, 1 nanometer is 10 to the power of minus 9 meter. One of the key characteristics of nanoparticles is that it has a very large surface area to volume ratio. And what that means is that the high surface area to volume ratio will now allow the nanoparticles to be able to chemically react very quickly. Apart from that, if nanoparticles act as catalysts, they will be a lot more efficient than normal bulk material catalysts. Let's now take a look at some examples of nanoparticles. For example, titanium dioxide. Titanium dioxide nanoparticles are so small that they do not reflect visible light, but they are used in sunblock creams because they block ultraviolet light from the sun without appearing white on the skin. Silver foil will virtually have no reaction with dilute hydrochloric acid. However, nanoparticles of silver rapidly react with hydrochloric acid because of its large surface area to volume ratio. And nanoparticles of silver are extremely effective in killing bacteria, and they are known to be effective anti-fungi agents. Platinum nanoparticles are being dispersed in electrode used in fuel cell. The high surface areas of the nanoparticles make it more difficult for carbon monoxide to poison its surface and render it ineffective for catalytic reaction. And close examination of the gecko foot, there is an ordered forest-like structure, roughly 500,000 hairs, that each sprout into hundreds of even thinner and spatula-shaped tips. When these tips comes into close contact with the surface, they induce strong instantaneous dipole to induce dipole attraction forces that keeps the gecko's foot anchored to the wall until the gecko decides to peel it off. That is how gecko is able to scale any wall. Graphene. Graphene is another example of nanoparticles. Let us study its structure. Graphene is a layered structure of hexagonal rings of carbon atoms, very similar to that in what we've seen in graphite. Each carbon atom is bonded to 3 other carbon atoms, and the carbon is sp2 hybridized. The strong C to C double bonds enable the carbon atoms to be very tightly packed, and this strongly bonded network of carbon atoms within a single layer affords it a very high tensile strength despite its very low density. And it is important to note that graphene displays tensile strength that is 300 times higher than that of steel. While the 4th electron, which is delocalized in the giant pi bond, allows the electrons to be free moving. This allows electrical conduction to occur across the structure of hexagonal rings of carbon atoms. This allows the flow of electric current along its layered structure of the hexagonal rings of carbon atoms. Finally, the properties of nanoparticles are not well known, and there are worries that nanoparticles may have undiscovered harmful side effects if, say, for example, if you were to breathe in or orally ingested it. So health and safety issues are yet to be fully known. Aside to that, nanoparticles may have toxic effects on unicellular aquatic organisms and aquatic animals that may have long-term impact on our environment.